So, I had a little inspiration today, and I decided to share my little 2 cents on the topic of friendships. So, just in recent conversations that I've had with various different groups of people, we've had the topic of friendships and friends, falling outs and issues, with friends, and, kind of like really not understanding where it's coming from or why. So for me personally, and this is just my personal opinion, I feel like, when you fall out with a friend or something happens, you have to kind of sit and think about were they a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And it's not even really about, you don't even necessarily have to fall out with them. I just believe in, evaluating the people around you every so often. It's just like a spot check, right? To make sure like you're on the right path. But first I'll talk about the whole, falling out thing. I feel like, when you have friends and something happens or you have a disagreement or you fall out whatsoever, I feel like the actions thereafter kind of tell you if they're a real friend or not. And also, it all kind of tells you their place in your life. Again, that reason, season, lifetime. So they put themselves in that category by their actions once that happens. So the thing that I like to tell everyone, is that not everybody is meant to be in your life long term. Not everybody's meant to, go through your life journey with you. That could be friends, that could be family, that could be anybody. Sometimes people have to fall off in order for you to get to where you need to be. So I say again, when you fall out with a friend and have a disagreement, their actions after that tell you exactly where they're meant to be in your life. For example, if you have an argument with a friend or you fall out with a friend and they're talking about you behind your back or telling all y'all's business, everything that y'all have talked about or did or whatever throughout the friendship, you know what I'm saying? Then that's like what? A reason or a season. Like there's not really meant to be a long-term friendship there, because if it were, just because you're mad at somebody, you have a disagreement or you fall out, doesn't mean you go run and tell their business or talk about them or whatever. It's mature and it's the adult thing to do to just walk away amicably and leave it at that. I really don't feel like you should be telling anything just because you're not friends with someone. Like their secrets, everything they've said, done throughout the friendship should stay with you and only you. That's just my opinion. And as I said earlier, you don't even always have to fall out with a person. Maybe, it's like, again, you're reevaluating who your friends are and where you're at in life, I feel like sometimes people are too loyal to friends and to people to a default. Like it's a good characteristic, but then it's also a bad one, because it's like, at what point do you look at this person and say, you know what, you're probably not the best thing for my life right now. Maybe I need to just, distance myself. You know, for example, some people do it. When I say loyalty, some people are so loyal that it's like, I've known this person for a long time, or I've known this person since I grew up, or whatever. And true enough, and may have been loyal 10 years ago, 9 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago. But if they're not showing you loyalty today, present day, like meaning when someone is talking about you, they are not, adding to the comments, or when someone, basically just doesn't have your best interest at heart, they have your back. So if they're not doing that present day, then like, what is the purpose of them in your life at this point? They're not adding any value. The only thing they're doing is adding mess. So again, it's about reevaluating and figure out, which friends are adding value and which friends are adding mess. So, you know, that's something that you have to think about when you are assessing your friends and the people around you. And again, and it may not even just be friends, it could be family members too. I feel like everyone has a place and time in your life. And, friends, that is like, to me, friends is like the word love. You just don't use it loosely, because not everybody is your friend. And I even tell my kids this, people will come as your friend, they'll seem like your friend, but if their actions aren't friend-like, then they're really not your friend. They're what we call associates, or just someone that you know. I've had friends for over 14 years, and I can call them friends in their lifetime, not reason or season, their lifetime, because we've had our ups, our downs. They've seen me through good, bad, the ugly, everything, and we are still close as friends. And then not only that, I don't have to talk to them every day. I don't have to, kiki it up with them every day to validate our friendship. Like we can go months without, connecting, and it's no beef. They know like we're good. We have no problems. We have no issues because it's a true friendship. Like it's true genuineness there and it's true love there. And we know each other so much that we know we don't have to sit up here and, kick it every day for us to be friends. I feel like those people that you have to entertain every day, they're not really going to be lifetime friends because you're going to go through stuff in life. Life happens. You go through stuff in life that you just don't have the time sometimes. And those kind of friends that you got to talk to every day aren't going to understand that. They're going to assume that if you don't go 24 hours or 48 hours without speaking to them, it's like it's a problem. What's wrong? What's wrong? I've had friends like that. And quite frankly, I'm happy when they kind of remove themselves from my life because it's like I really don't, I can't, I can't cater to a friendship. I have kids, I have work, I have life. So, me catering to friendships just isn't at the top of my priority list. So, the ones that I don't have to do that with, that is who I consider real friends. But again, that could be different for everybody. You could feel differently. But for me, that's what I consider a true friendship. And again, their actions show me friend-like. I know that I don't have to worry about if I'm not around, and someone is speaking negatively on me or whatever. I don't have to worry about, are they chiming in? Are they adding to that? I don't have to worry about those things. The ones that I feel like I would have to worry about, again, a reason and a season. Obviously, there was a lesson there that I needed to learn from them, which is a reason, or that was just that time frame, which is a season. Like those friends that you can, party with, drink with, do all kinds of stuff with, crazy stuff or whatever. To me, again, that's kind of like a season because, there's going to get a time where you got to grow all that, and then they may not be ready to outgrow that. So again, it's also too, like when you assess things, you're also assessing, where they are in their life, because perhaps they're not ready to give up the things that you are. And now you're ready to move on and they're not. So, again, not everybody's meant to travel with you in your life journey because you may be trying to get to another level, whereas they want to stay at that level. And that's fine. They may want to stay where they're at and you don't, and a lot of times when your surroundings change and your situation change, your friends have to change. The people that you are around have to change. I always say that you are the company that you keep. So if you continue to hang around people who aren't conducive to your growth and aren't trying to get to where you're trying to get to and rise to new levels and do different things in their life, then, to me, those types of friends are holding you back and you're allowing them to because, you feel like, oh, well, I've grown up with this person. I've known them for so long. That doesn't mean anything, okay? You can know someone for so long. It's not like you even not got to necessarily cut them off completely, but you have to distance yourself so where you can get to where you need to be and they can allow you to do that, because again, if you're around them and they're not where you are, they're not going to do anything but stunt your growth in a sense. And, you just have to think about things like that. So, again, I just wanted to add my 2 cents on friendship and also, if they're adding value or adding mess. So, again, that's something we have to ask ourselves every so often. For me, I like to do it every couple of years, kind of look at the people that I'm around and just figure out, are they adding value or are they adding mess? And then I go ahead and kind of weed them out through there, or they weed themselves out, which is even better. When they weed themselves out, that's like the best thing ever because you really don't have to do anything. You know what I mean? So, that's just my topic for the day. Adding value or adding mess. Which one are your friends?